Hello guys, and welcome to a new episode of Farm Manager 2018 with me, Murphy. In this episode we're going to start a new free mode on the basis that I really want to get to grips with everything that's available in the actual game. We're going to stick with our farm as, come on, delete. There we go, Murphy's farm. Okay, yeah, okay. Seed terrain, not entirely sure, but we're going to drop this down to a cash of 250,000. We're going to leave it on medium, on the basis that if we were to play this with 2 million cash, it'll be so easy. On 750,000, that would be easy. But I really want to make a farm that's actually profitable, and to be profitable I need to start with a reasonable amount of cash that forces me then to actually be there carefully thinking about what I'm putting down. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to stick with this seed. Let's see, how many is it? It's 3, 6, 9. So let's do, oops, let's see what that actually creates for us. Right, let's just get this pull. Oh, hang on. Offer from the Ministry of Development: build a house for permanent employees before 24th of July 2018, and we'll get 3,000. Okay, don't want you, but I'm going to put you on pause. Right, so we're the 26th of March at the moment. That 1 to 3, 1 to 9 is actually giving me a really good plot of land. I've seen a lot of games, and I'll just see if I get a better view. Come on, get a bit closer. Not that close. Seen a lot of games recently where, come on, zoom out a bit, the right angle, there we go. There's a town over there. Oh, there's a body of water. Yeah, I've seen a lot of games recently where the seed has given them literally a river through it, or the lake halfway through it, so that's actually given us a lot of working space. Okay, I've got a little bit of a pond here for expanding, but I'm quite happy with that. I'm quite happy indeed. Right, okay, so we've got 251,300. We've got two objectives: a farmer's own home, so we need to build that, which will cost us 80,000, and we need to build a house for permanent employees. So thinking about this, the farmer's manager's house doesn't necessarily need to be anywhere near the actual farm. No one goes into it and goes out to it, so realistically, realistically we just need to put down a house and we will live with it wherever we put it. So at this moment in time we're dropping it on the top right hand corner. Okay, so that's taken, hang on, how much was that? I thought those were 80,000. Yeah, 80,000. Ah, of course, I had 251,000. That's what it was. Right, so we can get that built. Let's just get that space worked out. Now, thinking about what I'm going to grow, I'm thinking about having some wind power to give me generate some income. So I'm going to need to make sure I do that research. Also, I'm thinking that maybe some fruits, small fields with some fruit, and possibly some tomatoes ready for winter. Should we manage to get there in this episode? So let's just let this start going. We're going to have the truck come through, and I think what I will do is put myself a little dirt road in here. I can upgrade it later, and we'll take that all the way down to here to give me this sort of idea of where things are going to go. So I'm going to start with come on, build. Let's pause that again. I'm going to start with, if I put a residence house, then I know I'm always going to have some permanent employees. I'm going to pop you here. No specific reason, but it's going there. And we will then look at a warehouse, because we want a decent sized warehouse, which is going to be the small one because we can't afford anything else. And we're going to pop you there, I think. There will do. Okay, then we'll put a little road in between. Good, I did that right for once. Okay, so we're now going to have a warehouse that we can actually hold the seeds and majority of the produce that we're going to be able to make early in the game. Let's go and have a quick scan at that again. What's it tell us? So we can actually have seeds, plants, fruits and vegetables, dry dairy and other bottles and jars and dried goods. We are going to be needing to potentially get the barn, but that's £80 per month and it's 10,000. We're going to need possibly a seed storage or cereal storage with a medium silo, but we can probably get away with a small one to start with. That's 6,000 or 60,000 capacity for 400, or 200,000 for 2,000. That doesn't calculate, that, that doesn't add up. But hey ho, we've got manure, but we haven't got anything for manure. And large silo for grain storage. That's quite good actually. That's £30 per month. That's 5 times the price, but only 2.5 times the actual storage quantity. Okay, right. Let's look at farms for animals. Now we can breed rabbits, but they're going to be a case of I think it costs about 26. We're going to call that pound instead of coins. So say £26 to get the breeder out, and then you get 2 rabbits, and you can sell your rabbits for about 20 odd. So you get a very small return on investment, but it's only £500, which is interesting. And that's £5 per month. We've got a chicken coop. Now I'm going to go for a chicken coop because we can then sell off the eggs. We can breed the chickens, and we can get that up, and we can sell off the chickens, make a little bit of money that way, and then hope for the best. Right, so that's the chicken coop that's going to produce eggs and produce for us. We want then to think about, I quite like the idea of having some bees, so let's have a look. We've got beehives. Where's our beehives? Is it over here? No, it's not. I did see it before. There it is, right in front of me. So I'm thinking of having some bees. 2 reasons. The bees will produce our honey, and we can get some crops growing, and we can get different types of honey. But if we're going to have a storage area here, we're going to have chickens here, people walking between the two, we want to keep that quite close. So let's pop this on this side for the time being. I'm going to let this go through, and we're going to connect this road up. Come on. There we go. Get things built up, and we can then start doing other things. So we've got our farm owner's house completed. Perfect. Now, if chicken coops go in here, we've got honey over here. The hives I think cost about 300. So we could put a number of those down and around, but one thing I want to start doing is I want to be able to build, while I've got the money, the renewable the windmill. There we go. So that's going to be 7 days, and it's going to cost me 2,200. So that's going to be some training I really want. So we're going to be needing some people. Let's get in here, and we want staff. So let's go for permanence. So let's just pause that. We want 2 types of people. We want people who are good with bees, and we want people who are good with animals. So you're a 1 and you're a 3. So let's see what else we've got. A 4, but you've also, look at the price difference here. So if that price is per month, which I presume it is, we could train Erin up in animal husbandry, or whatever you want to call it, and her wages shouldn't technically go up, so over time she'll be cheaper. I think. So look at who else we've got down here. Yeah, so we're really only looking at those two. So where are you gone? We're going to go for Aaron, and we're also going to go for Jess. Okay, so they're going to be our two trainee workers at level 5. Okay, they're going to be our two primary workers in those two areas. So we can have a chicken coop. We're going to need what we're going to need some silos. Let's get some silos in place because we're going to need some feed for our chickens. Storage. We'll go for a small silo. We'll keep that quite close, and then we'll order some bits in for them. So, allowed food. We've got wheat, lupins, corn, sunflower, rye, and oats. Okay. So we've been given a task of breeding 3 times the geese before the end of July. So let's choose geese instead. I'm just wondering, actually, to breed geese, the only money I'm going to get is to sell them. But that'll give me a bonus of 3,000. So do you know what? I will do that. Allowed food is wheat, rye, sorghum, oats, lupins, sunflowers, and corn. Okay, and we're going to put also fill. Yeah. And we will get, what's this, flowers. So we have got 2 different types of flowers. We could do with some bees first. So we're going to buy a number of hives. It doesn't really matter where these go, just that they are within close proximity. So we're going to just put the 10 hives down and around. And let's go here. I'm going to run out of hives in a second. I'm trying to keep things, there we go. Just trying to keep things close to the actual hut, so we can potentially put another one next to it. So we've got our bees doing that, so that'll be producing normal honey, which will be multiple flowering honey. Now we need these sorted out, so we could do with the silo being built. There we go. So let's get that built. Right, so now let's get ourselves some materials. So overview of trade. Let's go and buy some seeds and foliage. Why are you not letting me buy anything? Do I need to research that? Didn't think I did. So what are we producing here? We're not producing anything at the moment. Food. There we go. For some reason that didn't come up. Right, so we want seeds and plants. No, we want foliage. So we can go for lupin. That's 110. I want to call that rapeseed. That's 140. Corn is 94. Rye is 56. Sorghum is 38. We'll buy a ton of that. Rye is 50. Sunflowers, yeah, I thought that might be expensive. Same with wheat and oats. Yeah, they're all kind of expensive. So we've got rye coming. We've got sorghum. So we'll get a ton of rye as well. And let's just go back to our chickens. Our chicken coops. So we've got sorghum and rye. So we can let that be managed on there. We'll put our animal husbandry in there. Let's have a look at our caregiver. So we have this train any worker challenge that gives 1,000, but what it'll also do for us is improve the efficiency of the actual beekeeping. So if we think about this, it's going to be possibly 3,000, nearly 4,000, yeah, to actually train them, but we get 1,000 back, so that's fine. Alright, so we've got our geese, so let's buy 4, and we have got our food on way, we've got animals on way, we've got a caregiver on the way as well. Right, so what else do we need to do? We need to start thinking about plants. We need some fields. So let's just pause that. I want a couple of fields that are 10 by, do you know what, 12, 14. So let's go 14 by 14. Oops, 14 by 14, perfect. Now, we can buy our seed enough for this small area. Now, lupin was quite expensive, but if we go for buckwheat, I think that's one of them. So let's buy that. And what else is the other type of flower? So that's, I think that's rye, not rye. What do you call it? So that's those. Rapeseed, that's what I think that is. So we're going to buy enough of both of those. We're going to get a couple more employees, and we're going to go for people who are strong. So 1 and 3, you're in 50 more. We want someone who's got the strength, because the strength is the endurance while working. Okay, so you're definitely in. And who else have we got? So Martha. Who else has got some endurance there? Zachary. Okay. But you haven't got any other skills. So you're just going to be a labourer. Yeah, okay. You're both going to be labourers. So we'll just get this manually ploughed to start with. We don't have to do that. As we're waiting for the seeds to be delivered, etc., and everything else, we might as well just start getting them growing. We're going to need some water here as well. That's right. It's just okay. So let's just get that being built up, so we can then actually start servicing these bees with other types of honey. Right, here's our animals, here's our geese. Oops. There they go. Now, most geese on farms, they're loose, not in pens, because they're usually really good to protect the area from intruders. They're really good guard dogs, basically. So, interesting. Right. We are now into the second month, so let's go and have a look at our account history. So we have had employee salaries of 2,000. Forest maintenance, okay, so because we've got the trees, we've got costs there, or is that's an income? Okay, the seeds, buckwheats, the new fields, the geese, the training. Okay, so that's interesting. So let's have a look at it, just having that as income. So as we've sold the trees, we've got some money, which is nice. Contracts profits, so they are things that like this here. If we get this, we will win 3,600. So that's where that income comes from. Where are we at with this? We're 2 days away from getting the solar energy, which I think is a must. We've got the seed in place, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Okay, so we can then build... Right, we can build our renewable energy sources. I think that'll be about 60,000. So where would I want to put it? Again, to be honest, this sort of area here is probably worthwhile, because I can always extend out that direction later. So yeah, we'll do that. We've got our field being ploughed. That's what we need to do. We need to put a well in, and we need somewhere that we can actually get our fields watered. So I'm thinking that, do you know what? Let's pop him here. It's a good enough position. So we've got these geese looking like they're getting quite happy, which means that we can actually get them breeding quite quickly. So we're actually nearly the end of this, and then we're going to go for banking. Hang on, 1 day left. Okay, let's speed this up a bit so we can get this boot. Right, okay, so we can now purchase that. We also want to have negotiation skills, practical negotiation skills. That will unlock sales training and also the negotiation techniques for building the industries, banking, which is what we really need, and training for farmers to be effective marketing techniques. That'll be interesting. So that's what we want. Right. Okay, our neighbour now wants to prove that they're the best farmer by breeding 9 turkeys. So we've already got our geese. We can't go and have more birds in that pen. We can only build another one. So let's find someone who is really good with animals, if we've got someone there. And okay, no, there we go, Emma. Let's hire her. Let's build ourselves another pen. Let's get that in place, the chicken coop. And this time we're going to pop you. We want things quite close, don't we? We can always move them later. If I put it here, it's going to block that well from being utilised properly. And if I put it here, I'll tell you what, can I build another house there? No, I want a trowel. That's what this trowel is. Let's see, can I build... Okay, so there wouldn't be enough. If I just put that there, don't think there's enough room for a road between it. No, there isn't, so they would walk the long way round. So what I think I'll do then is, if I put the chicken coop here, you gonna let me put it there? No, you're not. Okay. Let's go over here. So they will have a nice long walk to that one. Or I'll put him behind here. Let's pop him there. We'll just put another road in here. And hopefully that'll be sufficient. Yeah, there we go. Sufficient space to get round here, and then we'll put our turkeys into that one. We want to get our people trained up. Now this is going to cost us money, but in the long run it'll be worth it. And animals, perfect. Right, so that field is near enough completed. I'm going to actually plant this one straight away. We're going to go with buckwheat in there. Also Phil. No, I don't want you doing that. I want you in here. So let's wait for this one to finish. Right. So let's get ourselves a Emma into here. Let's go for turkeys and allowed food. Okay, so both those is fine. And we're going to go for animals. Let's buy 4 again and wait for those to arrive, and hopefully that will actually start being productive. Okay, so we've got no produce yet. Okay, so we're into the 7th of April, and right, that's complete. No, it's not. They're resting. Okay, let's speed this, and there we go. Our turkey's been delivered. Oh, they like to move around a lot. That's one thing I really do like about this, is the actual detail of the animals. I think overall that's one of the things that impressed me most about this game when I was first looking at it. To be a game or a simulator, business simulator like this, and to have that sort of detail. So we're going to go for buckwheat. Let's get you planted, and autofill, accept, go. I'm not really worried too much about the fact that we're going to be not having a great soil fertility, yeah, so soil fertility, yeah. We haven't got any cattle yet, so they would be the ones that would actually give us manure that we can actually put on our fields. So we haven't got those, so we're going to live without them. I'm thinking that maybe I've got the money to actually buy a cattle building. So how much was that? That was animals. So I can get a cow shed at 10,000. Then it's going to cost me 4,000 to get 4 cows, and then it's going to cost me 2,000 every time they breed. So do you know what? I think I might just do that. Oh, actually no. What am I doing? I need to build. That's what I need to build. I want to build my wind turbine. It's going to cost me 10 per month, or 10, but it should allow me to sell off any unused electricity, and we should start getting an income from that that will actually help pay for the actual running costs of the farm. So we're going to leave that for like that for the time being. We've got our soil, or our plants, right, 82 days for our buckwheat. Make a note of that. And then we'll go for our other colza seeds. Autofill, let's just plant that as it is, and then we can get that going. Alright, so we've got multi-flower honey. As soon as we actually get flowers on here, then they should start producing buckwheat honey, as well as colza honey, which would be good. Now we're going to set this to be sold automatically. Brain's not in gear. So twice a month, that will, whatever we've got will be sold off. So we can do that with that honey. We can do it with colza honey. Let's take that when we get it, and we can do that with, what other honey have we got? We should have another honey here. We should have buckwheat honey. And have I gone past it? I must have, because it starts with B. There we go. Buckwheat honey, there we go. So whatever we've got, we'll sell it off. We don't need to use it within the farm, which is fine. These actually, they're not actually. Yeah, they're quite similar. That's not. Oh well. But that is by the 27th of the 7th. So we've got a few months to go, which is fine. Okay, so we've now got our windmill. So that is, profits from this is quite significant. Quite significant indeed. So if we look at our outgoings or incomes, let's have a look at account history, income. So we're going to be looking at April. So we've had the £190, £290 in for forest maintenance. That must have been when we took down some trees. Excellent. Animals ready for breeding. Excellent. So let's get the breeder in. So it's going to cost us £26, and we'll only get 24 for them when we sell them, because once we achieve this, I plan to sell off all my geese and get chickens in. Just so I'm just doing it to get this achievement, so we get the extra money, because I think every penny will count. Right, and let's speed this up a bit more. We could do with getting these watered and keeping our people working, because at least then the crop will be improved. Let me just pause this while we see what this guy does. Okay, he's gone to, oh, right, he went to one animal. Dear me. So it'll be interesting, and we've got 2. Perfect. So where are we at on this? No, I have a feeling it's 3 times the geese we've got. So we started off with 4. Yeah, so I think that's what it is, not necessarily actually 9 turkeys. So we've got 2 now, because we could sell those 2. And in fact I will do, because there's no point every time they're going to come and inseminate the geese. We're only going to get an extra 2. Although you can get 30 in here. Maybe I won't do that next time. Maybe we'll just let them eat up all my food here and see how we're going on. So are we getting any other type of honey? No, we're not yet. We could do with that one being watered. And we're 4 days away from practical training in negotiation skills. Excellent. So that's got a little bit of seed. What can we do? I want to get some fruit. Let me just pause that. I want to do a couple of things. I want some fruit fields. So let's think about this. How close is that? So that's there. Why don't I put a couple of fruit trees? That's 13. So we can go 13, 13, can't I? That's no, we'll go 12 square, and we're going to go 12 square again, just to keep things symmetrical. And we are going to go for some fruit. I want strawberries and raspberries, so there we go, buy those, and we'll also buy the raspberries as well. There we go. But we'll get this actually. Nope, can't do it yet. We'll get the ground cultivated and ploughed, because that will make a big difference on our fruit, because they are perennials rather than annuals. So that's sorted. Okay, so let's get you ploughed. Obviously later on we can actually get machinery to do this, or we can actually get a few more people in to actually do the work, but I don't see the point at this moment in time. We've only got 40,000, and we're getting close to the end of April, and we can then see what we're actually income we've got, because everything on here is going to cost me money, and I'd rather not go into the next month owing anything. So practical negotiation skills is complete, so let's go and get it's the banking we want, isn't it, so we can get a loan. So let's do that. So I'm not planning to get a loan yet, I'm not thinking of it, I'm just want it there in preparation for when I want to expand, or if I start running out of money and I want to do a lot more on it quite quickly, then that's why I'll do it. So we've got the raspberries and we've got the strawberries in. So keeping everything close to the house makes a massive difference. Okay, so they're not ready yet. And we've got both valuable flowers in the area, which is good. Okay. It's running as fast as we can. Animals ready for breeding, perfect. So let's get that sorted. And that was actually interesting. It only costs us 40 for the turkeys, and we sell one turkey, we get 40. So I'm hoping that we'll get more for that. Now I'm going to go in and take a photo. There we go. Let's slow this down. Press escape to exit photo. So he's going to go and that's not necessarily a good photo. No, that was not definitely a good photo. And what did we get? Let's come out of that photo mode. Oh, we got 2. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Okay. Right. Now, I wasn't happy with that photo mode then. The guy didn't do a very convincing job. Well, it didn't look right at all. Okay, so we are coming up to 40 minutes for this episode. So I think what we'll do is we'll leave it there for this episode. I'm going to play on it a little bit longer so I can get both these fields planted. I want them both ploughed and cultivated, and we will then look at getting the strawberries and the raspberries planted. So when we come back in a month, let's go and have a look at what we actually done finance wise. So account history, income. So let's look at expenses first. So the inseminator, training, okay, yeah, raspberry bushes, okay, yeah, there's a lot. So, but what did we get income? So going to April, so 200, 24, 280, 290, but we got 1,600 from the wind farm profit. That's good. What was our expenses? So forget about that. So let's knock that off, actually. That makes it easier. So let's start down here. Forget building costs. So we had 2,000 employee salaries, maintenance of 400. That's all purchases. That's all training. That's purchases. New field purchases. Yeah, so 2,000. So we're talking about 3,000 or so outgoings, and we've got half of that just in that wind farm. That's not bad at all. So if I had the money, I could buy 2, and that would actually start paying for us. But then it means taking out a loan. And do you know what? How much would a loan cost me? Get loan. I need training in banking, which I haven't got yet. Okay, so as I say, we'll leave it there for this episode. Next time I'll have this all sorted. I'll probably get a loan and build another wind farm, or wind turbine should I say. And oops, maybe I've got a good photo here for this guy, and we want photo mode. And okay, that'll do. Okay, so yeah, we'll see you next time. That's Murphy out.